Welcome to another episode of Brain's World. Today we're going to learn how to restore a deck lid latch. So we've got one right over here and it looks pretty rough. As you can see, a little bit hard to move right there. So we're going to restore this. Things you're going to need for this project are metal wash, metal polish, some sanding sponges, pair of pliers, microfiber cloth, a sheet of 300 grit or 400 grit sandpaper, some 800 grit or 600 grit sandpaper, a pair of needle nose pliers, a screwdriver. All right, as you can see, this is a before shot. All right, so first thing you want to do with the deck lid latch is you want to go ahead and loosen these clips up right over here. All right, then I'm going to take a pair of needle nose pliers and I'm going to go ahead and straighten these up a little bit. And then you should be able to pop this apart. As you can see, there's not very much to these. You got this cover that's right here. And we got this piece here that slides back and forth to lock the latch on there. And you got a spring, okay? All right, so what we did was we went ahead and borrowed one of my wife's pots right over here, and I mixed up some solution in there, which is hot water, and this product here called Metal Wash from Eastwood. There's about 2 quarts of water I put in there, so it would be 10 level teaspoons, and again I already mixed it up. When you're done, you want to make sure you clean everything and don't let your wife know that you used her pot and her spoons and stuff. Not a good idea. You'll probably be in the doghouse. I kind of got lucky, my wife's out of town for a few days, so all right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these right on in there. And we're going to let them soak for a moment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a metal scrubber and scrub them. So, you know, our goal here is to try to get some of the grease off. So I got my little metal scrubber. And it's, as you can see, it's pretty dirty. It's a lot of the, you know, get all the grease off of that. It's also good for if you want to paint some parts. You know, you want to make sure that they're really clean. I mean, when you do a paint job, I mean, you got garbage and you paint garbage, it's going to look like garbage. And this is just the first step of the cleaning process. We get some more cleaning we're going to do too, and they're going to look really, really nice, like brand new. And so if you've got a deck lid latch that's sticky, I mean, most likely all you got to do is just take it apart, get it all clean, polish it up a little bit, put it back together. I mean, sometimes the springs are broken, so then you got to replace the spring, but I mean, it's less expensive to, you know, put your sweat equity in than it is to, you know, buy a new one or buy an original one that somebody cleaned up already, or buy one and then have to clean it up. But if you've got one, I think this is the best thing to do first, is clean it up. A lot of the things that I'm using, I'll have links to it other than my wife's kitchen. You're not gonna have a link to my wife's kitchen to get her pots and pans. You'll have to use your wife's. Just don't tell my wife about it. She won't even know. And you can get these from Harbor Freight or other places. I mean, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, wherever you want to get them. Before we do the next cleaning process, you want to get all this grease off the best you can. Spring's coming out pretty good. Got a lot of the grease from sitting in there. I mean, you can let it sit for, you know, maybe 10 minutes or so in the solution, and then start cleaning them. Get all that gook off of there. I mean, I guess you could use some other parts cleaner, but I like this parts wash, metal wash. It does a real good job. I want to get in all the little crevices and get all that nice and clean. And the clean part is a happy part. The other thing is the problem with cleaning your parts and stuff is when your wife sees that you can clean, then she may give you some more cleaning to do.
Ian cleans the toilet.
So don't let her see this video, or don't let her catch you. My honey-do list is pretty long, partially why it took me a little while to get back to another video. I got a bunch of work planned on the restoration of this Karmann Ghia that we're restoring. Be sure to check out the other videos and subscribe. And when you subscribe, it helps keep me out of trouble, because if my wife gets mad at me, then, you know, and I get enough subscribers, then maybe I'll make enough money to buy her a new pot. She gets mad at me about it. Yeah, maybe we'll start with this one with the next step. So next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you dry these parts off. You know, that's important. So next thing you want to do, like I said, get them all dry. All right, and then we're going to get some rough sandpaper, and then we're going to go to a higher number. The higher numbers we're going to do, it's called wet sanding, but when I do that, I'm actually going to use some metal polish instead of water. Why? I don't know, because that's how I've always done it, and I like it. I like doing it that way. Some people just use water. I'm going to use metal polish. Take this little screw out so I can get under there, get that clean. Be really careful. You don't want to really, just trying to get some of the dirt off of it. There we go. And now the head of it, see that? Make that nice. It's already starting to look pretty nice. Okay. So next we're going to go ahead and, like I said, I call it wet sanding, which is normally done with water, but I'm going to use metal polish by AutoSol. It's a good product. All right, so I'm going to use my friend's no, it's not my friend's toothbrush. It's an old toothbrush. Makes it easier, you know. I'm gonna put that on there. So next I'm gonna grab this 320. I mean, if I had 400 would be fine too. So this is 320, but you could use 400. I'm gonna go put some gloves on again, because otherwise shit gets all over the place. You'll get all this dirt in your skin and it'll be hard to get out. You know, just don't go the same direction. I mean, you want to change your directions up a little bit, but the higher number grit's going to do an even better job and get the scratches off. I mean, this particular part you don't really see anyway, but this you see a little bit. This sticks out, and what catches. See how dirty my hands are getting on the gloves? And that really, it'll stain your skin there. This way you don't have to spend all that time trying to get it all off your skin. Alright, so I'm going to wipe off the polish, because that's getting a lot of dirt out of that metal. And with that light sanding, I mean, look how nice that's coming out, but we got to get this dirt off. Alright, so you got to get it all clean. And then what we're going to do is, oh, look at that. See, I got to get a little more in there before we go to the next step. So we got to get all that off of there so we see what's going on. All right, so we got to get a little bit more scrubbing over there on this edge. So I folded that up before, see? So now I got a clean spot. So now we're going to go to a different grit. So I got some 600 now. So I'll just roll that up. So this will be the last step on this piece. So again, we're going to get the toothbrush and put that on there. So now we'll, again, what I call wet sanding with polish. That polish just kind of, it helps draw the dirt right out of the metal. And with the sanding, I mean, it's like really, it's like magic. Okay, so now we'll rub it. Look at that. Look how nice that comes out, nice and clean, kind of brand new looking. You can even, if you wanted to, you can even go to even a higher grit, get it all polished and get it really nice. This part's inside, like I said, you're not going to really see it. See, making that screw look really nice and just getting in there, getting all the dirt out of there. So now I'm going to put this screw back. See a little bit right there that I want to clean up a little bit. And this is the part that people might see here. Just get it nice and clean. So that one's done. So next we're gonna get another part out of the metal wash. What are we gonna get next? Here, we'll get this part next. So I'm gonna dry this off. Yep, we're gonna dry this off, nice and dry. This side nobody sees. This side, people, I mean, somebody will see it before you put it on the car. We're gonna go back to the 320. Oh wait, whoops. We're gonna go to the sponge and we're gonna scrub it with this first, and then we'll go to the 320 after that. All right, next, we'll get the old toothbrush out again. And we'll get the 320 again. Like I said, you could also use 400. See, I got the gloves on. Otherwise this stuff will get in your skin. All right, we're gonna wipe it off, see where we are. It's a lot of dirt we got out of there, out of that metal. All right, so now we're gonna go with a different grit. We have the 600 right here.
Yeah. I mean, you can even use a toothbrush for your teeth and the parts.
I mean, this is 600, and you could even go even higher if you wanted to do another cleaning right after this step. And boy, it'll be smooth. So we'll go on to the next one. Again, we're going to want to dry this off good. So this is the part that folks are going to see when they open up your deck lid. So you want to do a really good job. Look how clean that is just from being in the metal wash and scrubbing it. I have links to these products that I've used on the bottom there. Alright, that's the best I could do to get in there. So next we're going to go ahead and go back to the 320 sandpaper. Oh, turned it off. Went everywhere. We're going to do some 400 again. Not exactly the way I want it yet. Again, it's 400 or 320 is fine. So now we'll clean this other side. Again, it's not as critical. People aren't going to see it, but you do want it clean. All right, so now it's time to do some 600 on it. Just finished the 400. Got one more step after we do the 600 on everything, and then we obviously put it back together. So we'll do that too. 600. We're going to do a little bit more in here. See if I can get that a little bit better. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, now we're going to try to find the spring. Looks like here's the spring right here. Take long to clean up. We'll just clean it a little bit. Metal cleaner did a pretty good job on getting it clean. So make sure you have a clean area. Last step here. Put some fresh gloves on. Alright, so I put some fresh gloves on. Got a nice clean area for the last step. So we got all our parts right here. So now we're just going to do just a basic polish on them without sandpaper. And as you can see, we're still getting some dirt out of there. So we'll polish it. This metal polish does a really good job. It really gets in there in the pores of that metal. It just gets that dirt right out of there. So that's the very last step. So we get in there, polish. Look at all that dirt. It doesn't even look dirty, but it's dirty. See how it's really starting to shine really good. Watch this. Look at the dirt. Just coming right off. See that?
Feel out. Decades of dirt, for real. Still, the dirt's coming off. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this back together. So this little spring, the small part, goes through there like that. And then there's a little indentation on this part, so it goes right there. Okay. That goes on. I want to make sure this stays underneath here when you put the other part on. It only goes on one way. Okay. So you want to make sure. There you go. Again, you want to make sure this is under there. Okay. So hold that down. And make sure those get in there. So as you can see, everything's tucked underneath. And when you pull, you can see right here how that's working. The wire goes through here, goes onto that screw here, or it goes to the hole. You can tighten it up, and then you put this in place. Okay, so everything seems to be working pretty good. Next, we need to go ahead and bend these back down. Okay. So I'm gonna bend it down. I think that was that way actually. Doesn't really matter as long as it's bent down. Gee, and the crickets. Here we go. There we go. Push that one down. Make sure that's pushed all the way up when you're bending those. Okay.
Looks like this now. Here's our finished product. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Brains World. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you next time.